I think as new developing mediums, we're in a big rush to get somewhere very quickly. And it frustrates me when I see sometimes someone will do a workshop for a weekend or do a one-day experience, and then all of a sudden they want to go out and start working with the general public, and they're asking tutors, how quickly can I get this development work done so I can get out there and work, I can get out and do readings, I can book theatres to work. And I actually feel that's quite sad, because they're denying themselves so much. I think if they're constantly focused about where they're going, they're not enjoying where they are. And there needs to be a greater acknowledgement of your own space. We can watch someone work and we can admire their work. We can say, I would love to work like them. But the difference of I would love to work like them and I want to be like them has a totally different meaning. And, you know, we came into this world at all different times to each other, at different speeds to each other, at different weights to each other. We learnt to walk and talk and read and write, all at different stages to every single one around us. And our mediumship is no different. It has to be nurtured. We didn't learn to walk the minute that we were born. Most of us, it took a year. And that was just to stand up and take a couple of steps. Whereas with mediumship, I think a lot of people think that it's all going to happen overnight or it's all going to happen in a couple of months. When you look back to the history of spiritualism and the great ambassadors of the movement, and you look at developing mediums over the day, and particularly in the UK, some of those people that sat for certain types of development sat for 20 years. Or sat in a development group for at least 3 to 5 years before they even read for someone outside their development group. And that's really committing. That's really learning to understand themselves. And by doing that and taking it at a pace that feels natural, because that's really what it's all about. It's doing it at a pace that feels natural and right. Because otherwise what will happen, they'll just skim the surface. And they'll miss so much along the way, because we can work and we can deliver information and we can get evidence, but if there's no depth to it, it's a bit like reading a book and that you read the first chapter and you read the last page. What's in the middle? There's got to be more depth. There's got to be more nurturing. There has to be a lot of work done on the self, and that's just getting to know yourself. Getting to sit in what we would call sitting in the power, which is sitting in your own stillness, understanding how you feel, which in turn leads to teaching you how to understand how your energy feels. And again, it's that layering. But I feel that if people are coming into this way of work, into this way of understanding, they need to understand it's not a quick fix. Because it can be damaging for them, because they're not learning the correct techniques, shall we say. They're not learning how to nurture a part of themselves, which is something that could be their greatest strength, but it could be weak. And then that has a knock-on effect to the people that we work with in the outside world. People that we work with in the public and people that we meet on a daily basis. So what I would say to those that are starting their development, don't try and be someone else, because we are all unique individuals and we have to grow in our own unique way. Some people that will be slow, and yes, it will be frustrating, but it's right because it's right for them. And other people, it may happen slightly quicker, but there's still a need for that deepening, that real understanding. You don't want to be what we call in the UK a mushroom medium. You come up overnight, but you don't last very long.